don't like it. It's no numbers. There's no pictures. There's no videos. There's no gameplay. I don't like it.
Yo, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. And today, Freemers, we are back with another Free Realms video. This time around, we are going to discuss open source Free Realms. Now, I know I'm pretty sure we've done a couple videos on open source Free Realms, and if you don't know what open source Free Realms is, it's basically Free Realms Sunrise, but on a public scale. So like Free Realms Sunrise is done privately, like no one's allowed to know about it. Basically, it's, you know, the only person that works on it is Mayhem, and he gets help from people in the community. Like there's a small team that assists Mayhem, but it's nothing huge or anything like that. But open source Free Realms is open to the community, so anyone can work on it, which is what a lot of the community prefers. Now, the reason I don't promote open source Free Realms as much as a lot of other creators do or a lot of other people do is because that side of the community is where the toxic community is. I mean, you know, the Free Realms community in general can be a handful. They can be toxic, but like a lot of people who are toxic are in that part of the community because they've all given up on Free Realms Sunrise and whatnot. But anywho, the point of this video is we're going to discuss the stuff that's been coming out with open source Free Realms, and this video is dropping when 2025 hits, so Happy New Year for those who are watching this video. The whole reason I want to discuss this is because open source Free Realms is now getting kind of public. Like, you know, this is the first, like, big announcement. Like, there's been posts here and there about open source Free Realms getting traction or, like, stuff is happening with it. But this is the first time that they're kind of like announcing it officially, like, hey, this is going to happen at some point. I will say I think my main issue that I've seen with open source Free Realms is the fact that, like, it's not simple to play the game. Like, besides it being it's mainly a walking simulator for the most part, is what I've heard it being described as. But also, a lot of people in their Discord are not very helpful in helping people actually play the game. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it other than, like, there's not a lot of helpful people in there that help people get into playing it. So it makes me, that part makes me just want to wait for Sunrise, but that's just me. I'm hoping there will be news this year about that, but we're going to go ahead and discuss open source Free Realms because this is like an official public announcement from a user. I don't know if he's big on the project. I don't know what role this dude plays, but let's go ahead and get into it. So, this dude by the name of Eddie3002 made this post about 5 days ago as I'm recording this. This isn't like, you know, I'm not recording this on New Year's. I'm recording this in the past, but you get what I mean. Anyway, so basically this is a discussion showing anybody out there have any game files that you can send to me because we are 124,000 out of 162K. Now, I made a post saying I have 7 gigabytes worth of game files. Email me, because I put my email in the post. I put my email in the description of the video where I talked about all the files I had. And I still haven't gotten an email as of recording this, so it's kind of interesting. But then, you know, I want to read the comments, because it seems like this Eddie guy doesn't care too much about the community and more about finding game files, because I'm pretty sure all he wants to do is bring the game back. Just reading his replies here, but I don't know. It's interesting. I was reading through a lot of the comments, and it's interesting, man. I gotta go back here. I'm not gonna try and go into threads too much here, but like like this comment just says like is like a nostalgia comment. He's like, we just need 64,000 assets, and the dev team are currently testing and updating it too. Like, and then yeah, all hail OSFR. I mean, you know, two different projects going on at the moment, but there was one, I don't know where it is. Yeah, we just want to find people with game files. The dude's kind of repetitive in his comments, like just asking for game files, and he kept every reply, yeah, right here, like he kept replying, and I guess this dude did too, but he kept replying to people being like, join the Discord, join the Discord, join the Discord, because I don't think the dude cares about all the nostalgic comments. He just wants people with files. But one thing I found interesting, yeah, read description as below the image, haha. I don't know if, yeah, join the Discord. Like, good idea. Do you have the link? Join the Discord. Join the Discord. It seems like if this Eddie dude is not going to send me an email like, you have files? Please give. It's pretty simple. But if he's not going to do that and he's going to be like, join the Discord, I feel like that community is centered more around clout than actually being a community. You know? That's what it says to me when I'm reading all this stuff, but I digress. It's kind of, yeah, this whole post is just basically trying to find people with files. But one thing I want to point out here, and I don't know if my files are going to be helpful, because that's the thing Mayhem doesn't care about anymore. That server's just not the join server I gave in the comments. Progress so far. So that's how many they need, but they're missing assets 36K. Now I don't, and apparently this dude got muted in the server for displaying that picture. This is, I mean, I'm banned permanently from the Freedom Sunrise Discord server for you know, reasons. For reasons. I'm never getting back in that server, but like the fact that he got muted, I mean, it says a lot. I don't think I think when it comes down to it, the only servers in the Freedom Sunrise community, or just in the Freedoms community, are going to be your own personal ones. Those are going to be the ones you want to be in. Obviously, while still getting updates on FRS, which is hard if you're banned from the server, but I got it. I made the server before I got banned, so and I was able to follow the updates in that channel. But this whole thing right here, I can't remember where he said it. We'll probably go through all of the posts here. But apparently, Open Source Realms needs PS3 files, which, here's the thing. I don't know if that's possible, actually. Like, I don't know if it's possible with a PC, with PC files, because I'm assuming you would need the PS3 file. I'm assuming they need the PS3 files to make the game work properly, which is really odd considering it started on PC. I don't know when it dropped for PS3, but if I'm right, you would need an original PS3 that has Free Realms installed, or had Free Realms installed on it, to like to make this work, which is not possible. There's no way that someone still, you would have to go on like the dark web to find someone with a PS3 that has Free Realms on it, or had Free Realms on it. Like, dude, there's no way. And I think the PS3, you can't even, I'm not even sure you can play anything on that anymore. I could be wrong. But maybe I'm right. I don't know. I just think it's going to be impossible. If that's what it takes to get Free Realms to run, and that's why it's taken Mayhem so long, then we might never see Free Realms come back. If you need PS3 files, and the only way to get those files is from a PS3 with those files on it, that is bonkers. The fact that you need the lengths you have to go through to get these files is insane. But maybe I have PS3 files. I don't know. I didn't look. Well, I did, but I didn't see anything PS3, I don't think. But yeah, so there was this post which followed up with a bunch of other posts. There was this one where they did they have a Discord server, which I'm not going to click on because I'm not joining the server because there's people in the community I don't ride with, you know? It is what it is. But they also have an official Instagram, which is kind of interesting because I think FRS only has like I think they only have the YouTube channel, I think. But this is, I don't know if Eddie's the lead of Open Source Freedoms or he's just a community member in there, but like, I mean, he must be because he says our dev people have been working so hard. I don't know. Although this dude doesn't really know how to write a sentence. Police, police. I don't know. This is just, it's a lot of, I shouldn't be judging the guy for his English, but like, you know, if this guy is actually, I don't know if he's working on the game or if he's just trying to promote it. He's probably just trying to promote it and to get like more people in the server. But it says we just need 24% that we need to find, the other 76% has been added to our asset list. It's wild, man. It's wild that we're pretty. I mean, it's pretty close. I think both projects are pretty close to being done. Seems like. But hey, you know, the fact that this guy is giving us, like, data, like, he's, like, 24%, that's all they need to build the game, it's crazy. It's actually kind of wild that it's been, like, there's public information about that, but this is kind of what I want for Mayhem, but at this point I'm just like, if the game releases, it releases, you know? Is what it is. Also, another thing I want to add, which, you know, I've been talking about how toxic, like, a part of the free roams community can be, and that is kind of where a lot of open source free roams people have gone. Like, a lot of people that are toxic went to this community and went to this project. Now, what's interesting is, if you guys see the purple little sanctuary tree symbols next to their names, so Free Roam Sunrise has, I believe, orange tree symbols next to their names. It's kind of like, I don't want to say it, but like, it's kind of light versus dark here, you know? Because if you look at it from my perspective, right? Orange kind of resembles like Gleam, and that's the light side, the good side of things. Purple kind of resembles Gloam, and that's the negative, bad side of things. It's kind of crazy that they've done this for like the open source Free Roam's logo for like next to people's names. That's kind of interesting. I don't know, man. It's a little. Is that foreshadowing? Are we gonna have a war on our hands? Funny enough, I just wrote the Realm War. You guys want to read that? That's available to read. Just saying, I worked hard on that. But yeah, I don't know if that's foreshadowing for like we're gonna have a war here. And I've said this before, but like if we have the more free roams projects that are going on, the harder it could be to release this game to the public. I will say that it's gonna be difficult. Then again, no one owns free roams at the moment. Daybreak does not own free roams. I've made a video on this. Someone is trying to buy the rights for it. I don't know who it is, but yeah, I thought I'd throw that out there. That this is kind of foreshadowing, you know, the fact that, you know, 2 free roams projects could release next year, and what I find interesting is the community is going to be so divided on that. It's gonna be a real interesting year, man. If free roams actually comes back and we're playing 2 separate free roams games, oh boy, we'll see. Who knows? But anywho, they also have a TikTok. I don't know why they would need a TikTok, but I mean, the amount of edits on YouTube of free roams stuff is kind of funny, so maybe that's why they did a TikTok. Why did they need to do a TikTok? That's a little weird. Oh, they also have a YouTube channel. Don't forget about that. I gave up a while back, but now they have some more files. Be sure to follow TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I'll be sure to update. It's hard to tell who this guy is. Like, this guy, Eddie, probably is not a dev on the project. I don't know. I don't know enough about open source free realms to like comment on that. I know more about Free Realm Sunrise developers than I do them. I don't know who this guy is, but still. So there's an image from that, and then also W101, which is apparently now a mod on the server, which is interesting. He's been posting a lot, so that's probably why. But what's cool is like he posted a thing, because I think both this guy and me have a lot of faith in Free Realms coming back than a lot of other people do, because wrote about active Free Realms development. FRS is a nonprofit project for Free Realms. This project started in December 2016. It has amassed around 30,000 beta signups. They are currently in development without a playable client, which is true. And I think it's interesting. Open Source Free Realms is an open source emulator of Sony's online entertainment. It's Free Realms that is currently playable to the public and is being worked on by contributors in their spare time. Anyone with coding knowledge is free to contribute. So it's interesting, like, you know, Open Source Free Realms has a current playable build. It's only a walking simulator, but like FRS is in development without a playable client. But I think that shows a lot. Like FRS, what's interesting about Free Realm Sunrise is it's a lot of development work that's going on behind the scenes, because obviously we don't see everything, because Mayhem's doing it privately, because he's trying not to I don't know why he doesn't show off a lot of stuff, but he works on it in his free time, and it's a lot of background work we don't get to see it publicly. But then you see Safari, and they have a currently playable build, and it's just a walking simulator. So I mean, I don't know which project is. I don't think either project is better or worse. I just think, like, you know, do you want to? I mean, I guess you could play open source Free Realms while waiting for Free Realms Sunrise, but it's like you're just playing a walking simulator at that point, just waiting for FRS to launch. But yeah, currently in development without a playable client. I think because with all the background work that's going on with Free Realms Sunrise, because the last post was about the server limit. I think, you know, we'll see something in. I think we're going to see more in 2025 about Free Realms Sunrise. I'm going to hold my breath for that, because I do believe we are going to see something. It's not like we're going to see nothing. If we see nothing throughout the entire year 2025, I'll be a little shocked. Like something. I do hope Free Realms Sunrise comes out in 2025. I'm not holding my breath for that. I just really hope that's the year. Because if it comes back, that'll be really cool. Yeah, the word active is doing a lot of heavy lifting for FRS. Actively disappointing the people who signed up for beta. I mean, beta sign up was back in like what, 2022? 2023? It was around there. We're being very hopeful about FRS. I wish I was. I'll keep following, but I don't expect much right now. Yeah, man, I mean, we'll see with this. And then there was another post by Eddie once again. He's constantly posting. He's trying to get... There's, like, gameplay of going to different... And, dude, I'm going to throw this back. Look at Black Spore. Maybe it's me. I don't remember Black Spore being blue. Maybe it was. I think Briarwood was probably purple. What's interesting, though, in this build, like, most everything is here. What's missing is combat. I believe combat is missing, but I could be wrong. I don't remember. I think combat's missing. That's, like, the one thing that's missing from the build we're seeing. Maryville, Seaside, Wugachug, Shrouded Glade, Briarwood. Yeah, Briarwood, a little bit more green and purplish. It's interesting. But yeah, they have a YouTube. They have see, it's crazy. My thing is, like, with open source Free Realms going public like this, but I just realized I actually might have access to PS3 files. I always thought the only files we get actually were the PC ones. So someone actually does have PS3 files. How to try and recover any PS3 files I have. I have no idea where to start. So he has a PS3. He has PS3 files for Free Realms. That's crazy. That's pretty wild. But my thing is oh wait, is that Sunstone Valley as well? Nice, cool little video just showing all locations because it is a walking simulator right now. But I love this like Free Realms. This dude is not great at typing. Your English is kind of bad, but that's fine. I love this little line right here. P.S. OSFR Discord is way more assets. Bad grammar. OSFR Discord has way more assets than Sunrise does. How do you know that information, though? You don't know that. Because Mayhem's private with everything. He doesn't tell anyone how much he actually has done on Free Realms Sunrise. We know very little about what goes on with Free Realms Sunrise at the moment. We don't know where it's at in development currently. All we know is that it's close to launch. That's all we know. Yeah, it's interesting. But you don't know that you have more assets than Sunrise. Unless you're getting some information that I don't have, like privately. But the whole reason I'm making this video is because OSFR, it's been public. Everyone knows about it. But they are going like officially public. Also, it says unofficial, even though it is official. They're going full on public with OSFR. Like, I don't know if this dude is the main person running things, but the fact that like they're going public, I think is going to show like, oh, we're competing against Free Realms Sunrise now because, you know, they're tired of all the secrecy and whatnot. But we're going to see a lot of competition in 2025 with there's going to be a divide in the community, basically, you know, and it's not going to be pretty. A lot of people are going to get petty. A lot of people are going to just start fights. It's not a good look for the community. I'm a little worried. But yeah, see, this is why I don't think my files are going to be needed, because they're looking for PS3 files specifically. I don't know why you would need PS3 files to make things work. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting that they need PS3 files to make the game work. But, I mean, we'll see what happens in 2025, man, in this new year. Hopefully, I hope things will start looking up and we'll see more news about Free Realms Sunrise specifically. Obviously, we have a bunch of news from OSFR about what they need. I think both games are close to launch, and if they both launch in 2025, we're going to have a very interesting year ahead of us. I do think 2025 is going to be a good year, though, for sure, with all this going on. Hopefully, we see some good news about Free Realms in general. Just like it coming back would probably be so great. It would be really good. It's just interesting, man, that this dude's going public with all of it and being like, hey, look at us. Like, because them going this public with all these accounts is like, oh, suddenly, you know, Free Realms Sunrise is just in the background as a project. But I digress. I wanted to make this video because it was a lot of information, and now we kind of know where both projects stand. Just, I am worried about there being a divide and everyone's going to be petty when one of them launches. But who knows? We'll see what happens in the new year. Hopefully something comes out, you know. But anywho, that's going to be the video for today. But thank you guys for watching. If you did, as always, I appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next video. And yeah, goodbye. Yo, Freemers, real quick before we end this video, Eddie3002 has been posting like crazy, like non-stop, because he needs to keep that clout up, you know. If he stops posting, people are going to forget about OSFR. So I really quickly wanted to go over all the posts that he's been dropping since I recorded the other part of this video. But yeah, let's dive into all of these posts because there's so many. I don't know if I'm gonna keep covering OSFR because well, for Freemers, if you didn't know, I'm not gonna play OSFR even if this does officially like come out and it's completely done. I'm not touching it because of the community there. But I've mentioned that multiple times. But let's dive into this, man. Let's look at this stuff because it's pretty crazy. Merry Christmas! You can finally add friends now and teleport to them. Our dev team are currently working really hard during the holidays, and we have a big surprise on New Year's. But we are still at 76% assets, and we only need 24% left. Bring any Free Realms game files you have, and especially, we still looking for PS3 files because it contains a lot of assets for some reason. Follow the socials. Interesting. Send files to... Okay, well, you know, you could just email me for these files you so desperately want, you know, but you're not going to. But yeah, so apparently the friends list feature works. Which is neat for this, I guess. I mean, so you get, for the whole multiplayer aspect, I guess it makes sense. They said they have a big surprise on New Year's. Obviously, I'm not going to cover that. I mean, I might, but it depends. I'll keep an eye out on the Reddit, you know, just to see what's going on. But yeah, friends list works apparently. Pretty neat, pretty cool. But then there's a bunch of other. There's like, dude, there was like 6 posts since I last recorded the other part of this video. And so I'd add on to this because it's a lot. It's a lot. Also, I don't know if Eddie is like, there's like 3 possibilities. Either Eddie speaks another language and is using Google Translate for his posts here on Reddit. He's like a 15-year-old, or he just didn't, you know, graduate high school. Like, I don't know what's going on with his grammar. I need to point that out because every time I see a post from him, there's just so many, like, he's just typing on the keyboard, you know, just like, he's a keyboard warrior, man. He's got a post for OSFR. It's crazy. And he's looking for people with C+ programming knowledge. Because, yeah, he wants this game out. It's crazy. He just wants people to join the Discord. Join the Discord. Join the Discord. Join the Discord. Oh. It's interesting. This is crazy. This is wild. So there's that one. He's just looking for people. And then, of course, there's an installation guide, which is crazy. Because, like, yeah, many people have been inquiring about various steps about getting into the multiplayer server. So, like, dude, how hard is it to, like, tell people how to, you know, load this thing up? Because that's the biggest complaint I've heard from OSFR is, like, no one helps anyone in the server to get in. And look at that. An install video. That's crazy. Also, I don't get this comment from Eddie. I love Taco Bell. Join people. You won't want to miss this test server repeal that active on Discord. I love Taco Bell. Dude, maybe this person, maybe Eddie doesn't speak English. I don't know. It's really interesting to see him type. So yeah, the installation video, pretty crazy, pretty wild. And then of course I saw this post. Like, here's the thing with Floyd Bishop, because this is not the first time he's jumped into a Discord server. He was in Free Realms Sunrise. So I don't see why this is important, because this isn't new. I mean, yes, he did work on Free Realms. He was an animator for Free Realms. He's joined the Free Realms Sunrise Discord before. Now he's in their Discord. It's like, whoa. He's switching sides, man. It's crazy. This silly little guy, he's just hopping Discord servers. Wow, that's so crazy. Like, this hasn't happened before. I mean, he's jumping Discord servers. It's crazy. yo, what? Whoa. Like, yeah, he worked on Free Realms. He worked on the animation for it. Like, okay, it's not nothing new. It's so funny though. Like, they're it's a little bonkers. That like he just jumped Discord server. He's like, hey guys, I'm here to support open source Free Realms. I mean, dude, if open source Free Realms like legitimately launches for people to play, and I'm wondering if that big surprise on New Year's is like they're gonna open it to the public, like they're actually gonna have a launcher and everything for people to play on. Because if that's the case, I mean, we'll see how long it stays up, but like that would be kind of wild, you know, to see open source Free Realms just launch. But I kind of doubt it. I don't think that's what they're going to talk about on the 1st. If you know, if it happens, I'll look into it, you know. But yeah, anyway, I thought that was this was a little interesting. And then of course, oh, by the way, Freemers, you're probably noticing on my desktop, I do have that green symbol. The same green symbol is on this person's computer where they have open source Free Realms. This is not open source Free Realms. This is the original. Like, if I click on this, I'm gonna do it right now. See? It's that is the original Free Realms launcher, or the original thing. It's not open source Free Realms. Despite, you know, you think it is, it's not, because I just went to Sony's site. And this is like a little nostalgia post. Someone is actually on open source Free Realms, which is wild that we get to see that. That's cool. It's a little neat, And then of course, I don't know what this is about. I'm not gonna play it. OSFR multiplayer volleyball roleplay. Oh boy. Dude, this is getting weird. Someone taking my job. Haha, JK. You need to listen, man. Listen. It's not your job. I don't. Is it Eddie's job to get clout for the server? I mean, I don't know. We'll see the progress in open source Free Realms. Again, I'm not me personally. I will play Free Realms Sunrise over this because the community for Free Realms Sunrise, I think, you know, is less toxic than this side of the community. It's all open source. There's people I don't like in that server. I've said it multiple times why I won't play it. I made a whole video on it. But I think it's important to cover this because if this does launch before Free Realms Sunrise, and I want to see what happens when it does launch, because if it does launch and it gets shut down or like there's a cease and desist, that'll be wild. that'll be pretty interesting to see it happen. Because I think, I don't know, I feel like Mayhem, he's staying really quiet about Free Realms Sunrise, but I think he's waiting to see what happens with this before he says anything. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong there, but I feel like he's kind of just lurking in the shadows. He's like, I'm gonna wait for you guys to lose your project. But then, of course, if this gets shut down, Free Realms Sunrise might too. But I don't know. I've already made a case in the past, like, you know, the copyright for Free Realms, it's dead. And someone's already trying to get the trademark. There's someone already trying to get it. We've made a video on it talking about it, but like, we'll see what happens in 2025, man. Who knows? In this new year. Maybe it's the year for Free Realms, maybe it's not. We'll see. But anywho, thank you guys for watching. If you did, as always, I appreciate it a ton. I will see you guys in the next video, and yeah, goodbye.